Hi everyone, this is Alexander, teacher of the Source Cards. I want to tell you about the documentary that I just watched, a 3-part Netflix documentary on Arnold Schwarzenegger's life. I found it very interesting because he's born to play the Jack of Hearts, and he has a Jack of Hearts persona, so he's a double Jack of Hearts, we would say in this language. And for those of you who don't know yet, the ordinary, quote-unquote, deck of playing cards is actually an ancient system of knowledge that was hidden in plain sight. It's an ancient language of life that comes out of the flower of life and the tree of life, and it reveals to us the patterns of our life. So it's very interesting to look at celebrities' lives when so much of their life is accessible and visible. We can really see the template played out, how the patterns are played out on the world stage to better understand what it's like to play these cards. And in Arnold Schwarzenegger's case, he is born to play the Jack of Hearts, which is the playful, one-eyed prince of the heart. And so many of the things that he talks about in his life experiences are really indicative of this Jack of Hearts energy. One of the main iconic representations of the Jack of Hearts, one of the main symbols, is that he's a one-eyed Jack. So anyone born to play the Jack of Hearts would have these kind of blind spots or these obsessive fixations, and he talks about that in the documentary, about how he would get fixated on his target, on his goal, and then he would lose sight of everything else. Like, he would literally lose sight of it. In this one-eyed aspect, there's like a Jekyll and Hyde aspect, a dark side and a light side, and he talks in the documentary about it, there being an internal struggle and an internal war between the left side of him and the right side of him. It's very interesting. Another thing about the Jacks is they kind of have a chip on their shoulder often, and so they don't want to ever be told what they can't do. They have a sense of entitlement, like they should be able to do it, and it's really funny because he talks about that a lot in the documentary, that anytime anyone told him you can't do it, it would just motivate him more to do it. Very funny to me, because anyone born to play this energy would relate to that, because the Jack wants to prove himself. And so you're like, no, you can't do that, and the Jack will be like, F you, I am going to do it. That kind of rule-breaking, mischievous, playful mentality. The other thing he talks a lot about in the documentary, well, not a lot, but there's one in particular poignant scene where he talks about being in denial about his marriage. And that's something that can happen with the Jack of Hearts, again symbolized by this one-eyed aspect of this energy pattern. And again, this is an energy pattern that's representative of a building block of life, an energy template. So this is just a symbol, and then it's iconographically represented this way to reveal to us what it's like to play out this template, this pattern. And so this one-eyed aspect is symbolic of the possibility of having blind spots and being in denial, and perhaps even being in denial about being in denial, or being blind to your own blind spots. And that certainly happened to Arnold, and he talks about it again in one poignant moment in the documentary. Now, another thing about the Jack of Hearts is the youthful aspect of this energy template. And there's certainly something true of Arnold Schwarzenegger, that he has all this youthful exuberance and energy, and that's talked about a lot in the documentary, that he brings this playful zest to whatever he does. And it's kind of like a forever young type of energy, this Jack of Hearts. And he talks in the documentary about the toys that he still likes, the trucks and the tanks and the Hummers that he still likes to drive around. So I thought that was really funny, that he still has that youthful, playful sense about him. Now, on a deeper level, the Jack of Hearts is a symbol of Metatron's cube, which is a sacred geometric form from which all the building blocks of life come. So someone born to play this energy would have access to all these building blocks, all these different tools in their tool belt, so to speak. And it's very interesting that Arnold Schwarzenegger was able to succeed in so many different arenas, in so many different industries, as a bodybuilder, as an actor, and then as a politician. He has all these tools, and sometimes we might say that someone can be a jack of all trades but master of none. Arnold was a jack of many different trades. He also mastered them, though. So he was a jack of different trades, and he had the courage, the heartfelt passion to succeed and to actually master these different trades. So he wasn't just a jack of all trades, but he did have many trades, which is, again, very interesting. Another interesting aspect is that he talks a lot about being cut off from his feelings, even though the jack of the heart is the prince of the heart, the energy of generating love. Again, this Metatron's cube energy pattern, this sacred geometric form where you're generating love, but yet he was cut off from that. And again, having the blind spot to his own feelings. This is often true for someone with this jack of hearts energy, that they're blind to their own emotional reality, or they're cut off from their own feelings, even though they are here to be a prince of love, to be a generator of love. And yet we do see that in his genuine desire when he was elected governor to be a public servant. And he talks a lot about that in the documentary, that he had this true altruistic, charitable, generous desire to give back with all his heart. And he put all his heart into his role as governor, with successes and failures, but he put his heart and soul into it. He really wanted to be generous and altruistic and generate something really meaningful for the people. And that too is an aspect of this Jack of Hearts frequency. When we're playing this energy, someone is born to play this energy, they have a strong desire to be of service, to be charitable, to be altruistic. So he found that in his life, in that role as governor, his way of giving back to the people. So I found it fascinating to watch this documentary and see all the ways in which Arnold's life is a perfect expression of, one expression of, because we're always choosing how we want to play our cards. We have free will, but we don't change the template that we're born with. So you have free will in how you play this template, right? Not everyone who's born to play the Jack of Hearts is going to be governor of California or be a movie star or a bodybuilder. You choose how you're going to play this template out, but the themes will be the same. And this is what I'm talking about in this video, the themes of someone born to play the Jack of Hearts. Even the theme of how he talks about hard work is really his healing balm, like just to keep working and keep moving. The life path, because we have 13 cards in our life path, so the Jack of Hearts, like all cards, has 13 cards in the life path. And the card that brings support and energy to the Jack of Hearts is the Five of Spades, which is all about work, hard work. So someone born to play the Jack of Hearts, like Arnold Schwarzenegger is, would really benefit from hard work. It would be like a healing balm for them. And he talks about that in the documentary, how hard work is what really helps him. It's like his therapy. And we would see that with someone with the Jack of Hearts. Another interesting aspect is the Jack of Hearts has the Two of Diamonds as their Pluto card in their life path. And so that would say that there would be perhaps difficulties in relationship. The two is about relationship, or one-on-one dynamic. And that's what he talks about as his biggest mistake and his biggest failure in life, is what happened in his one-on-one dynamic with his wife in that marriage, and how it fell apart and how he blames himself for that. So that too is something that we would see with someone born to play the Jack of Hearts, that the most difficult thing for them to do is to integrate a one-on-one partnership into their life experience. That's where their life's work lies. Very easy for the Jacks to go solo and just be independent and not want to really lean in and take the risk of having a relationship. But he did that. He had the courage to do that, even though he now talks about it as a failure in his life. But of course, from that partnership, he has the children that he has now in his life. And he remains playful, even as of this filming. He's 75 years old, apparently, from just watching the documentary. But he's still playful, and he still has a zest for life, and he's still looking for what's next. And that would be true, again, of anyone born to play the Jack of Hearts. So a fun documentary all in all, this Netflix documentary on Arnold Schwarzenegger. I really enjoyed it on many levels. I thought it was really well done. And it was a great insight and a revealing way to look at the life path and the life of someone born to play the Jack of Hearts. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please share it, let other people know, and you can look up your cards for free at thesourcecards.com. Find out what cards you're born to play. What is your template for life? What does your life journey look like? Once you know, then you have more power to choose how you want to play the game of your life. So that's it. Enjoy.